welcome back to my home. This is Clean Green Living, and what we're going to do today is we're going to help get stains out of a white shirt. Unfortunately, when I was getting ready today, I was going to wear a beautiful white shirt, and I did what I always do every morning, and I spilled coffee on it again. So there are lots of different things out there that people say will take coffee out of a white shirt. And I thought what we would do today is try them all and see what happens. So we're going to try vinegar, beer, an egg yolk, lemon, salt, baking soda. We even have, I'm going to use the peroxide in the mouthwash. It's really not mouthwash, it's going to do it. And club soda. I mean, all those things might work. Let's see what really does work. So the reason we're going to try vinegar first is that it is an acid. So it's a natural acid. And so vinegar is great for a lot of different things. But the reason why it works so well is it's an acid. So it's going to go down inside the coffee and actually try and lift it out of the clothing. All right, club soda. I travel with this in my car because I spill the coffee all the time. I do a spray bottle right inside here, and then while I'm driving, gets the coffee right out. But I'm going to show you how it works. So we're going to put this on this part of the stain right here. Now, one thing you have to do is you have to be very patient when you're trying to remove stains. Everybody wants it to go away right away. If you have a little patience, it might work. Now, I've never really tried an egg yolk, but we're going to give it a shot. So we're going to take it and split the egg. And put the yolk in here. And I have this little brush, and I'm just going to smash up the yolk a little bit. Now I'm almost wondering if this might stain the shirt, but if you watch Pinterest, this is one of those stain removers, so we're going to give it a try. And it's supposed to get coffee out, so I'm going to try it right there. As you can plainly see, I spilled coffee all down both sides of my shirt, so I have plenty of coffee stains to try and get out. Okay, so we're going to let that sit for a little while and see what happens. The other one is lemon juice. Now, I don't really use a real lemon and squeeze it. I cheat and I use the concentrate, but we're going to try a little bit of that right there. And lemon is actually a natural acid as well, so it's on the same line as the vinegar as far as trying to get stuff out. Salt. This is such a great thing for many, many different stains. If you spill wine on a white tablecloth, really quickly spill salt right over top of it, and it's going to absorb it, and it's going to start a chemical reaction to get the red wine out of your tablecloth. But we're going to do this and just rub it in a little bit. So now we've got the salt, the egg yolk, this was the vinegar, we have club soda over here. Let's see, baking soda is also supposed to be great. We have some more stain up here. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of baking soda. And baking soda actually has more of an absorption type of property. So it's going to try and absorb the stain. We may need to add just a little bit of water to that. And that'll start reacting with the club soda. Okay, we have another stain over here. I'm such a slob. Let's try the beer. I've never tried this one before, but let's give it a shot. And I don't know what the property in beer would be that would remove a coffee stain, but we'll find out. Now, one of the things that works really great for me whenever I'm doing any kind of stain removing at all is just a scrubbing. You'd be surprised what you can do with just a little bit of a scrub brush on the fabric. It doesn't have to be a real stiff brush. It can be something gentle like this one, but just gentle scrubbing all the way around. Oh, look at that. The egg's actually turning like an egg white there. There's the salt area. Then we're going to go up to the baking soda area. And you can kind of see the coffee in the background. Just be patient. Don't get frustrated. The other trick too, if you know you have a stain on your shirt or maybe your pants and you want to run it through the washer just to see if it comes out, you can do that, but don't put it in the dryer. Air dry it. Just hang it up and it won't set the stain, and you can go back and try something else to try and remove the stain. If you don't do that, you put it in the dryer, you're going to set the stain, and no matter what stain remover you use, it's not going to work because you're setting the stain with heat, and that's not what you want to do. So my suggestion is kind of look over your clothes before you put them in the laundry. See if you have a stain and set it aside. If you know what the stain is, you can really address it with a different treatment. If you don't know what the stain is, you want to start with club soda. Start with club soda. If that doesn't take it out, my next step is rubbing alcohol. Now, rubbing alcohol I didn't use on this coffee stain because it's not an oil-based stain. The rubbing alcohol is great when you've spilled salad dressing down the front of you. We all do it. I do it all the time. And usually what happens is you don't deal with the stain, you put it in the wash, you throw it in the dryer, next thing you know, you've got this oil stain that won't come out. Instead, if you know you've done it, just sprinkle some rubbing alcohol right on it, rub it right in. The alcohol is going to break down the oil, and then you can use just a little dish soap, anything like that, to take it out. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to rinse out the shirt and see if we've got the stain out and what actually worked on our coffee stain. So what I found is that laundry is really a big problem in people's homes. They waste a lot of money on buying new clothes because they've stained them or whatever. So I've taught people how to take the stains out of their clothing. I'm thinking that each and every one of those things we used worked pretty darn well. There's a little tint up here at the top where we used the beer, and there's a little tint right there, I think, where we used the baking soda. But the other ones on this side definitely came out. So the club soda worked really well, and so did the vinegar. So what I would do with this, I would actually throw this in the laundry now, put it through the wash, and then I'm not going to put it in the dryer. I'm just going to let it hang dry, and then I'm going to go through that process again and see which stain makes it come out. There you go. I thought, my gosh, there's all these different formulas for each different kind of stain. And I always spill coffee, and I figured I'd try it. I'd love to try the beer and see if it worked. I wanted to try the egg yolk and see if it worked. I knew the baking soda and the salt worked, so it was one of those things. I just wanted to see if any of those really worked.